All right, cool. Yeah.
All right, hey guys, what's up? This is Brad with Despite Fitness, and I'm hanging out. I just got back from the gym, and my man
Special Suarez
asked me to help him out with his bench. He just caught me on kind of as a target of opportunity, and was hoping that I would help him out with his bench. So that's what we're gonna do. I haven't seen anything yet. We're gonna take a look, and you guys are gonna kind of see me seeing him for the first time, and we're gonna try to help out with his bench. So hopefully, this might be something that'll help you out as just an individual, but especially if you're a soldier and you want to try to improve your bench, you want to try to improve your push-ups, get the chest stronger, things like that. This could all be stuff that potentially could help. So let's check it out. What do you got for me?
All right, yeah. So like my big question is just like back placement, like hand placement on the bar, like how far do you have to go and all that good stuff. So.
Okay, so now there's something to understand. There's a difference between benching. I'm gonna hold on a second. Let me turn this down a little bit more so we don't get any of the back audio. All right, so there's a difference between benching for like maximal strength and benching for aesthetics. All right, so you're gonna position yourself slightly differently if you're just trying to work the tissue and build the tissue up bodybuilder style. Okay. And then there's a difference if you set it up and you're trying to move max weight, like kind of powerlifter style. Right. So which are you more concerned with right now?
For strength.
For strength, kind of moving max weight?
Exactly. Okay,
cool. Then that happens to be kind of my strong point. So I can help out with that. Okay. So what you want to imagine is a couple different things. Okay. So first, before we go anything else, I just want to see what he does. So before I lay into a whole bunch of different things, let me just see how you perform your bench. Set up like you normally set up, do what you normally do, and I'll see how you go. Okay. All right, one more rep. Rack it and don't let go. Don't let go of the bar. Look where your hands are. Are your hands even on the bar?
I want to say they're not, no.
They are definitely not.
Yeah.
All right, so balance is key.
Okay.
That's one thing, right?
Yeah.
So making sure that your balance is key.
Okay.
So one thing to know is you can use the knurling. That's all this ridged area on the bar. Okay. You can use the knurling as a visual cue about where to put your hands. And the knurl here and the knurl here are exactly the same distance apart, right? So however you set up, if you set up your hand in such a way that you're symmetrical, you're gonna be balanced, right? So make sure that you use, or you can use these rings. A lot of people will use this smooth ring here. Yeah. It's the same one as over there. Okay. So a lot of people will use those rings to make sure that their hands are equally balanced. So that's obviously hypercritical. You wanna make sure that you're symmetrical. Okay. All right, so one more time, let me see 3 reps. Okay, good. Okay, so now the thing to understand is I saw a little bit of happy feet, right? Okay. The feet are moving around. Okay, so like anything else, you want to make sure that you're as stable as you possibly can be, because what you're trying to do is exert your will on the bar. Anytime that you have extraneous movement that you're not necessarily intending, you're losing power. So any foot adjustment, any foot sliding or movement, you're going to be bleeding out power. So you want to get yourself in a position where you're super tight and feet aren't moving, right? So in that, legs are tight and you're super stable. So I'll go through a few more cues. The other thing too that you want to try to do is you want to try to pull your shoulders back and in, right? Because this bench is all the support that you have to be able to apply force to the bar, right? So if your shoulders are hanging off the edge of the bench, basically that you're holding that weight and that weight is going into your shoulder and off into space. There's nothing supporting your shoulder. So it's a lot of strain on that shoulder capsule. So the more that you can pull those shoulder blades back and in, the more you can get just a little bit of support from that bench. And it'll better enable you to be able to apply force to the bar. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It'd be the difference of if I just came up and pushed you just as you stand right now, what would happen?
Probably just
You'd fall. Yeah. But if you put your back against that wall and I push you, what's gonna happen?
I'll be stabilized.
Right, so you wanna draw as much stability as you can from that bar, or from the bench rather, and pull those shoulders nice and tight, get those shoulders in. Okay. And in doing so too, you want to try to create kind of a high spot on your chest, right? So ideally, you want to bring your shoulder blades and your hips as close together, right? So that you create a high point on your chest, right? So that's this. Another thing is breathing, right? So again, talking about superfluous movement, right? Or extra movement that you don't want. Anytime that you're breathing, you're moving the chest. So any amount of stability that you might have gotten, once you breathe, you've lost it. And if you're under load, you're not getting it back. So get set up however you want to be. If you want to be feet flat or toes up, or heels up, is really personal preference. But you want to be applying leg drive, right? So legs want to be tight, and you want to be applying so much pressure that you'd almost scoot like this. Okay. Okay. But if not for holding the bar, right? It's because that extra weight's going to hold you in place. Right. But that's how hard you want to be pushing, right? So you get your hands set first, and work and bring those shoulders back. See how I'm drawing them back in? Yeah. Now you see how I'm pushing that chest up and bringing my hips toward my hips toward my shoulders. Yep. Okay. Big breath. So, if you're doing 10 or less breaths, or 10 or less reps rather, you could probably hold your breath the entire time. One big breath, hold it, and that way that chest doesn't cave. Because if you hold that breath, you get that chest up high, and you breathe out, chest caves. Yeah. Legs tight, you saw my legs were tight the whole time, yeah. Feet don't move. So any extra movement that you have, you're just gonna lose energy, and it's gonna diminish your ability to apply force to the bar. So those are a couple things that I would say. And then the other thing too is, whatever hand grip that you elect, whether you do full grip, thumb around the bar, or you do suicide grip, thumb like this, a thumbless grip, however you choose to hold the bar, squeeze that bar hard, right? So when you do that, you engage the muscles in the forearms and the arms to be able to better stabilize the weight, and you'll get more force out of it like that. So those couple of tips, try a couple of reps. Give me 3 to 5 reps and see how that feels. So remember, even hand placement. Get the hand placement first. Work those shoulders in. Draw those shoulder blades together, almost like you want a pencil in your shoulder blades. Nice and tight. Okay, legs nice and tight. Big breath. Unrack. One more. Good. How'd that feel?
That felt much better than any other bench I've done before. Yeah? Yeah.
So I'm gonna come over here, I'll grab the camera. So for just those little bit of tips, what do you feel is a difference, or like what, did you feel anything or anything that we can talk about that people might be able to kind of relate to, and what the experience is doing it the way you were doing it before to what it is now?
So definitely not thinking about like how you were saying shoulder blades and hip as close as possible.
Yeah.
Thinking about that time, I just felt a lot more solid on the bench.
Yeah.
And it gave me that sort of like stability to be able to drive, you know, harder up and bring it down, just keep going.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So you feel like that helps?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
All right. So about 5 or so minutes of some tips and advice, and hopefully that that'll help them out. So want to thank you very much. This is my man Suarez, and then we got
Specialist McClary.
McClary being my cameraman, helping us out. Fucking man behind the camera, making all the magic happen. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So how do you feel about benching?
I'm horrible at it.
All right. So you heard the tips that I gave.
Right.
Can you try to emulate? Is this too much weight?
No, I hope not.
Okay. So now based on all the things that we just talked about, I want you to try to emulate all the things we just said and see how that feels for you. So I'll coach you as you go too. So first thing is hands. Get your hands on the bar, make sure they're even. Use that knurling to make sure you're good. Good. Now draw those shoulders back and in, nice and tight, like you're gonna pinch a pencil in between your shoulder blades. Okay, get those feet set. You want the legs tight, so the quad should be tight, like you're gonna push yourself right off the end of the bench. Okay? Then that big breath. Unrack. Let's see a rep or 3. Drive. Good. Drive. Drive. Okay. Good. Does that feel different than the way you normally do it?
Yeah, that felt a whole lot different.
Okay.
A whole lot better.
Okay. Cool. All right. Hey guys, this is Sergeant Brad Arbic, hanging out, helping dudes out, asking questions. It's hard on the back, isn't it? Yeah. He got up holding his back. Guys, this is going to hurt your back. It's not comfortable. It is not comfortable. So if you're like, but Brad, this hurts my back. Yes, it's going to hurt your back. But it'll put you in a much better position. You'll be way more stable, a lot less movement, and you'll be able to apply more force to the bar more adeptly, I suppose. All right, guys, that's it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the chat box below. I'll be sure to respond. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. No matter what it is you think you can't do, like increase your bench, Get in, train to spite. You're either gonna find an excuse, you're gonna find a way, and hope that you continue to find the way. That's my man Tigless, he's a jerk. I've been getting him shit all day. And yeah, guys, to try to help me out with the like, shares, and the subscribe. If you've watched like 1 or 2 videos, it's time to sub up. Let's do that. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.